The people during the days of Noah did not believe rain will fall from heaven, because dew do come from the earth to water the plant. So when God was saying through Noah that there will be rain, they don't believe. But when God showed Noah the example of what he wants him to make, Noah also started believing, started catching the vision of what God has in mind, of how it will be. And by that, he could catch a vision of how to save the world, to bring the world unto God. It is quite appalling that people did not believe him. So is it today. People do not believe the gospel. They find it too simple to be believed. Maybe you are listening and viewing this, and you are yet to accept Jesus, and you are finding the word of salvation too simple to believe. Without any addition, you should have a rethink, and give your life to Jesus Christ. So another point, another way how we can catch a vision is through examples, as I've shown you in Genesis chapter 6 verse 15. Point number 4 of how to catch a vision is through reasoning with people. Through reasoning with people of the same mind. When we reason with people of the same mind, we can catch a vision. The Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 11 that, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city, and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Genesis chapter 11, verses 1, 3, and 4. You could see here that people have the same language, they have the same mind. So when we interact with people of the same mind, of the same language, we can catch a vision. The people had the same mind, and they could agree, they caught a vision of building a high tower, that will get to heaven. When we talk with members, with persons of the same mind as ours, we can catch a vision. Although what they did, God was not happy with it. Why? Because God wanted human beings to fill the whole earth and dominate it. But they do not want to spread. That was the error they made. But if we critically look at that verse, we shall see that at those verses, that chapter, we shall see that when they interacted together, they have a vision of doing something tangible, of doing something great. When you reason, when you interact with a person of the same mind as you can also catch a vision. Point 5 of how to catch a vision is through callings. Through callings. The one that is common here that I said, through dreams, through revelations, open visions, audible voice, through those means you can also catch a vision. Now the Lord had said unto Abraham, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. Genesis chapter 12 and verse 1. You can see here that God had called him. This calling, it was not specific. Maybe through audible voice, maybe through dream. The Bible did not clearly state this here. But we can see that it is by this that he caught the vision of what God has for him. So, through dreams, maybe you dream, and God reveal unto you that where you are, in so town, that is not the place for you to live. or the job you are doing is not what he wants you to do, and so on and so forth, you can catch fishing by that. That is one of the means to catch fishing, but it is not the only means, as the people in this part of the world placed emphasis on. Another means whereby we can catch a fishing is through suffering. When you suffer, when you have wallowed in problem for long, in poverty for long, you can catch a fishing by that, or through that means, through suffering. An example of somebody in the Bible is Jabez. The Bible says, and Jabez was more honorable than his brethren, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bare him with sorrow. First Chronicles chapter 4 verse 9. This man had been in sorrow for quite a while, and while in that sorrow, he saw others overtaking him. He saw his age mates overtaking him. While in that sorrow, he caught a vision that he needed to act for himself. He caught a vision of the future. And the future, he sees that he can only get that future in God alone. So he went to God in prayers and asked him to make a way for him so that he can conquer lands like his mates are. Because during his time, the Bible history, the Bible theologians believe that the exploits he did had to do with the length of ground he conquered. So you can catch a fishing when you have suffered. And while passing through that suffering, you said within your mind, oh God, if you can give me this, if you can do this for me, I will be helping the orphans, I will be doing this, I will be doing that. You may not think it to be a vision. You will not think about it as a vision. But I tell you in all honesty that it is a vision. Number 7 point, through which we can have a vision, is through counsel. Through counsel. The Bible says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed. But in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Proverbs 15:22. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed. But in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Proverbs 15:22. Another chapter of that proverb says, where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Proverbs 11:14. When you receive good and godly counsel, you can catch a vision for your life. You can have a vision for your life when you receive good and godly counsel. Receiving good and godly counsel, of course, essentially needs to do with you moving with people who are godly oriented. When you receive good counsel, and sometimes people who are not godly oriented may say some things to you which will catch a vision from. So through counsel, you can catch a vision. Number 8 way through which we can get a vision is through our talent. Through our talent. When you discover your talent, you will want to make use of it utmostly. When you want to put your talents to proper use after discovering it, you can catch a vision by that. You can catch a vision by that. I read from Wikipedia online about Celine Dion that he watched Michael Jackson whilst singing, and she said she wanted to be like him. And of course, God helped her, and she became a renowned star today. So through your talent, when you discover your talent, you can catch a vision. The Bible says in the book of Matthew, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants. Note, his own servants. His own servants. It therefore means that there are other servants around, perhaps working for the man. Or maybe he has a joint company. Or maybe some servants are there that are not wholeheartedly serving the man. But his own servants, those who are loyal to him, those whom he has studied over time, his own servants. So his own servants, and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey. Matthew 25, verse 14 to 15. When we read further this book, we shall see that all those people he gave talents, the one he gave 5 and 2, they discovered, they catch a vision, and they worked with that talent. Having discovered the talent, they worked with it and made gain. But the other man, the last one, who was given 1, counted that one to be significant, did not value the 1 talent he was given. He ignored it, and so he lost the vision for his life. He could not catch the vision. He lost everything. So through your talent, that single talent that you have to discover it. If you have discovered it, you have to work towards it. You have to improve on that 1 talent. Don't just rest. Don't just sit idly by and say, oh, it's only a talent that I have that is not useful. That means you want to be like that unprofitable servant. So you can catch a vision, you can have a vision for your life through the talent that God has given you. Have you discovered your talent? If you are yet to, you need to discover your talent. Number 9 way through which we can have a vision is by direct order. By direct order. Direct order from the horse's mouth. Direct order. The Bible says, and Jesus said unto him the 3rd time, Simeon, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, because he said unto him the 3rd time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Jesus said unto him, feed my sheep. John chapter 21, verse 17. If we read this, the last chapter of this John chapter 21, we shall see that Jesus has ascended, and the disciples, they did not know what to do again. So Peter said he wants to return to his profession. He returned there, but they caught nothing. And Jesus appeared unto them. And through his aid, they could catch fishes. They could catch fishes. After catching those fishes, then Jesus revealed himself unto them. And they now gave Peter direct order. Feed my lamb. Direct order. Feed my sheep. Through direct order, you can have a vision. Direct order that go and do this, you can have a vision. Through direct order, you can have a vision. Either from God, or it could even be from your friend, from your partner, that I want you to be this. I want you to be the manager of my company. Whereas you do not have that in mind before. Then he places you there, and you begin to catch vision, and the grace in you started coming out, started being revealed to the outsiders. Through direct order, you can catch a vision. About 15 years ago, some group of people called me, and they said they wanted to make me the president of an association. I rejected the offer, but they insisted. At their insistence, I became that president, and the ability to lead started emanating out of me by direct order. So through direct order, you can catch or have a vision for your life. And number 10 is through history. Through history, you can have a vision for your life. Through history. And when Moses was cast out, Pharaoh's daughter took him up and nourished him for her own son. And Moses was learned in all wisdom of the Egyptians, and was mighty in words and in deeds. And when he was 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel. And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed, and smote the Egyptian. For he supposed his brethren would have understood how that God by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not. Acts chapter 7, verses 21 through 25. Moses, when he was cast away at the age of, when he was 90 days on earth, 3 months, could not understand anything. And he was raised up in the palace. Ordinarily, he's supposed not to think about Israel as being his people. But he had been told, he had had history. Somebody has told him the history of his life. And that was why he could know that those people were his brethren. That those people were his. That was why he stayed. He ensured that he could go back to them to go and save them, to go and deliver them. So, through history, you can have vision for your life. Through history, you can have vision for your life. When somebody has told you the history of your parents, of your neighborhoods, and something prick your heart, out of all that the person has said unto you, that, oh, this is a light, I need to pursue this. That is a vision for your life. Through history, you can have a vision for your life. These are some of the ways through which you can have a vision. Let me, as I begin to round up, let me read some of the quotes unto you. P.K. Bernard said, a man without a vision is a man without a future. A man without a vision is a man without a future. A man without a future will always return to his past. Another quote is this: when God predetermined our destiny, he factored in our stupidity. Therefore, there is always enough time to finish. Larry Randolph. These are the ways through which we can have visions for our lives. If you are yet to know ways through which to have vision for your life, these are the ways. 1. Through seeing. 2. Through interaction. 3. Through examples. 4. Through reasoning with people of the same mind. 5. Through callings. 6. Through suffering. 7. Through counsel. 8. Through your talents. 9. By direct order. And 10. Through history. And I now said, a man without a vision is a man without a future. A man without a future will always return to his past. Have a wonderful time.